Let me make sure this works. View as a visitor. All right, we'll learn more about that later. All right, boom. Yeah, it is. All right. What's going on, good friends? Hold up. Let's get some tunes in the building. Hold up. Let's get a little bit of tunes going on here. Let's see what we got. It's Friday. Finally. Y'all taking y'all kids outside this weekend or no? I know it's early in the afternoon because I'm taking my kid out tonight. So we're gonna do an activity today. Let me say hi to all my good friends. Ro, AP. I did cut my hair. Yes, I did. I was sick of it. I was tired of it. Had to go. And I need a haircut now. So this is a lot more free. I needed to be free for a while. So see what I did there? Wouldn't free myself. I think I'm gonna pull this up because this is in my face. I ain't mean to do that. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Hold up. Now let's grab this light. That's a little bright. We gonna turn him down. Yeah, that's better. All right, so today I'm doing something new. I am live on TikTok and I am live on YouTube right now. Absolutely. So I don't necessarily know what I want to do when things change at TikTok because I'm sure I'm already noticing changes on my TikTok. I don't know if anybody else is. So I'm getting familiar with going live on YouTube. So if you aren't following me over there yet, then you want to make sure that you do that. Because, yeah, I'm trying to get nice and cozy over here on YouTube. Welcome in all my good friends. Let me say hey to everybody. What's going down? So, y'all still got 570s? We ain't fixed them yet. We got the shutdown going on. And they beefing. What we are 3 days into the shutdown, and the Internal Revenue Service said that they would remain open with full staff for the first 5 days of the shutdown. So that would take us to Tuesday. If we do business days, it'll take us to Tuesday. And then after that, they're going to start furloughing employees, meaning getting rid of some of their workload. How you doing, YouTube? It's 14. It's my first time being live on YouTube, so hello. Is it a chat over here too? Is it a live chat over here? I don't know. This is my first time over here, y'all, so don't judge me. You like my shirt? Thank you. Thank you, Paradox. Welcome in, Alice. So this is my first time live on YouTube. Let me turn it down a little bit. I'm normally live on TikTok all the time. My name is your Tax Instructor Shawn. I am a personal tax professional, return resolution specialist, ex-IRS employee. I teach tax law and IRS procedures. That's what I normally do over here on TikTok. But now like I said, I'm trying to move into YouTube. So I hope y'all ready for a neighbor. I'm coming on in, and I've never done YouTube before. So my plan, my course of action, is to just treat it like TikTok. Now, whether or not that's going to work or not, we're going to find out. But that's what I'm going to do. You know, I've been watching videos, trying to learn YouTube. And I just decided I'm just going to treat it like TikTok. Same way I go live on TikTok, same thing, I'm just going to do it. Now, this whole vlog and a long format video, we're going to have to figure that out. We will. But in the meantime, in between time, we're going to do shorts and we're going to go live. I like to do, this time of year, there's a lot of resolution services going on. A lot of my good friends got 570s on their tax returns. And so we meet up, don't we, y'all? We meet up, we talk about it. I look over transcripts from time to time. You know how that goes. Um, and and I help my good friends resolve their issues. I do provide full tax services. I have an office in Belleville, Illinois, where I do see clients in person and virtually. So I do amended returns, all of that. Let's see who we got over here on TikTok. You say your amended return was completed August the 25th, but still no 846, and I reached my 180 days on September the 29th. You say you done. All right. Who did your amended return? Did you do your amended return yourself or not? Or did you prepare to do it? And I asked those questions. Your amended return don't got. You said it was completed. Do you still got a 570? I got audited for the first time. Damn, you got a 420? See, that's the type of thing we do. We talk about code. So if you're not familiar, then you probably want to catch up, especially if you have return issues. You need your account on irs.gov. That's where we're getting these codes and these numbers you're gonna hear us throw around, and these dates and the dates and the time. The dates are on the account transcript, but the time frames, that's something that's in your letters and part of the procedures that I teach you from when you actually give a call. I appreciate the like over here on YouTube. I am trying to grow my account, so if you are interested, or during tax season you like to track your refund and you want to be in the midst of other individuals who are doing that and learning about your tax return, learning about procedures at the Internal Revenue Service when it comes to processing your return, especially if you have to verify your identity or if you have to undergo a review, then you definitely want to go ahead and hit that follow button, and I would greatly appreciate it. So PYT, that stands for pretty young thing. I don't know. But thank you for the daily heart me. You got a 420 on your account transcript. It said why is 570 first followed by 768? Shouldn't be other way around. It doesn't have to be. There is no rules regarding the order of codes on your tax return. There's nothing that says that has to be first before 570. It says you are amazing. I never got the 846 on my amended return, but the money showed up in my bank. Interesting. It's got to be an 846 for the money to be released. With your account transcript, I would love to see that. Hour of you. Couple per did the amended return. Yeah, but if you still got an open 570, like we have discussed before, when you submit an amended return, it doesn't automatically get rid of that review. So your review may still be ongoing. And if the 180-day time frame is passed for your review, then you should give a call to the Internal Revenue Service and check the status. Hopefully you can get through with everything that's going on with the shutdown. And what's Friday up? 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. your local time, they are available. Let me pull this up. I think I've been able to figure YouTube out enough to see who is following me. Yeah. So if my TikTok friends, if y'all haven't tapped in yet, make sure y'all tap in over there on the YouTube channel. I still have my software on sale as well. So if you are an ERO, meaning a tax preparer that also has an EFIN, have your own tax practice, and you're still looking for some good deals on your software as well as on those back end fees, I would love the opportunity to speak with you about it. See if we can come up with a good deal for you for this next filing season. There's no reason for you to be paying $300 and $400 in back end fees. Right now, during my special, my back end fees are under $100. Let's talk. Let me pin my thing down here so you can inbox me if you like. You say my accounting paid, but I had a business for 2023 and wasn't aware, and I got audited for the first time. Are you saying that you got a letter from the automated under reporter? Was there a 1099 that you didn't report? Because that's a little conflicting. If you didn't know you had a business? That's confusing. What's going on, Peace Out? How you doing today? No, there was a 1099. There was a 1099. Yeah, so I'm not sure how you get audited for a business that you didn't know you had. Yeah, I'm not sure how that works. Is it on the return or is it not on the tax return? What do it mean when your transcript never updated in months? It means there isn't an update for you. The IRS systems update all the time. They update every day except for on the weekends, like on Sundays and Saturdays. But they update all the time. So if you're not seeing an update, then it is that individual. There is no update for you at this time. I think the most current, um, um, I seen the 13th of October is a refund date. I seen October 20th on a transcript for a refund date. So transcripts are updating. Yep, you may still be within your review time frame. So it's really sad this year I have to wait for my return, but I always look forward to your videos. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Have you reviewed your tax return? That's another thing that we do when we are when we're on these lives. I ask you all that all the time, every time. When you say you haven't gotten it, you haven't gotten any updates, nothing's changing. Have you reviewed that tax return? And before you say yes, I want to know, did you bring out your tax return? Did you bring out your calculator? Did you bring out your wage and income transcript from the IRS website? And did you actually use the calculator and your scratch paper to see if your wages are matching, if your withholdings are matching? Did you check those things? Did you check to see if all of your employers reported your income? Did you check to see if what you reported matched what your employers reported? Those things are very important, and you can answer a lot of questions for yourself and resolve a lot of things for yourself if you take those steps and go ahead and fix it and file an amended return if you see some error. Now, if it's an issue where your employer hasn't reported your income, then in that case, then you, once your time frame passes, you may want to ask for an advocate. I can't say how easy it's going to be to get one right about now, but you ask for an advocate. I say ask because it's not guaranteed that because you ask, one will be assigned. They may or may not take your case, but you can always ask. A lot of the times in those scenarios, they will. They can maybe help get that resolved. But if there's an error on your tax return, you can identify that. And to be honest with you, your tax return is your responsibility. So if you're waiting for them to hold your hand and walk you through it, then you are wasting time. Now, by the time you get to an advocate and they tell you to file an amended return, you probably could have done that 6 months ago instead of waiting to get to the advocate for them to tell you to do what you need to, what you've been needed to do. So make sure you all are serious, not just looking at that paper saying, yeah, I reviewed it. No, whip it out and make sure those lines are matching. Lines 1A is where your wages are on your 1040. Line 25A is where your W-2 withholdings are. 25B is where your 1099 withholdings are. And then also, for my good friends with them 1099Bs, and them large numbers next to your 806, none of that I just said applies to you. None of what I just said applies to you. Because you in a different boat, in a different category, because you got something different going on. And to be honest, the Internal Revenue Service is trying to figure out if it's real or not. And I'm not going to hold you. A lot of y'all starting to get CPO 5As. Yep, a lot of y'all are starting to get CPO 5As. What's going on, Just Red? If you got a CPO 5A, drop a red heart in the chat. Because I've been seeing them going out like wildfire. Yes, buddy. A lot of those tax returns, they got them large federal withholdings on there. They are starting to send you all CPO 5A. That letter is different than the CPO 5 because they are asking for some information on that one. Let's take a look at it. I don't know how to share documents on YouTube. Do they let me share documents over here? Oh, that's what they did. I don't know what that was, but yeah, I don't know how to share documents over here. I don't know if it lets you do that. Allow. Not now. Okay, so it do let me do green screen over here. I'm practicing over here, so I'm trying to figure out what YouTube let me do, what it don't let me do, all that type of stuff. Now they even put something on my face talking about retouch. Don't retouch nothing. Give it to I want to be raw. Don't retouch nothing. All right. So let's take a look at that CPO 5A, y'all. Drop a red heart if you got one of these or you see on your account transcript that one coming to you. That's what's up, Just Red. I'm glad you finally got your refund, good friend. Hold on. Wait a minute. They gave me something I could do for that. There you go. Congratulations, good friend. Yep. Has anyone in here received this letter? This is the CPO 5A. This is the letter that they're starting to send out to a lot of those people who got 570s and got those large 806s. The 806 is W-2 and 1099 withholding on the account transcript. It reflects the amount of withholdings that came from your payers, the total amount of withholding that came from your payers. And this year, a lot of folks have been getting real fancy with their withholdings. Let me see what you said. Maria, you saying that you got your transcript says that you have a CPO 5A letter coming or that you received it? Because this here, what I have on the screen right now over here on TikTok is a CPO 5A. So if your transcript is showing 971 notice issued and underneath it you see CP005A, that is what that letter is. Okay? So let's take a look at it. This letter, basically, it wants some information. So now they want you to send something in. They want you to send in supporting documentation. It can either be screenshots, pictures, or digital images showing the wages and show the dates wages were earned, the gross income received, and the federal tax withheld from your 2024 tax return. Okay? Or for your 2024 tax return. They want you to send the following information to resolve this issue by, well, this person had to do it by October the 30th. Your letter may or may not have a different date. They want copies of at least 3 pay statements or check stubs, including the end of year statement. So if you just find 3 random check stubs to send them, then you didn't follow directions. They want 3 payment statements or check stubs that include, one of them need to be the end of year statement, not the W-2. As you see, they put in parentheses, don't send a copy of Form W-2. Very clear instructions. Okay? Oh, thank you. That's fancy. I ain't never seen that one before. I appreciate you. Yep. Thank you for the daily heart me. They want a letter on company letterhead, including employer's name, address, telephone number, and fax number that indicates your dates of employment, wages, and withholding deducted. They're gonna contact them. So if you wondering if you just sending a couple of little something for them to see, no, they're going to verify this information. Do not mistake that, okay? Or a statement of benefits from retirement income. 1099 people. There you go. So I know you like I ain't got no job. I ain't, yeah. 1099 people. Yeah. They want you to they want you to prove that them dividends. Yeah. They want official statements. And now let's be clear. The Internal Revenue Service can tell fraudulent documents, and like I just mentioned before, they are going to check this information. So they know I sent them my paper when I get my refund. Let's go down here a little bit. Let's go down here where it says next steps so that you can understand what their position on this. They said, we're holding your refund until we receive additional information from you. If the information supports your tax return, we'll accept your return as filed and release your refund. Okay? So if what you send and they check supports what's on there, they'll send a refund. If the information doesn't support your return, we'll disallow all or part of your withholding, which will result in a balance due or a reduced refund. You could also receive a notice of deficiency. A notice of deficiency comes out when they changing stuff. They say we can either take all of your withholdings off of there, so that amount next to your 806, if they don't agree, they can take all or some of that off of there, and then they can also send you a notice of deficiency where they made other changes to your tax return as well. All right. And if you do not agree with the decision, you'll have the right to appeal. So that reiterates what I just said. This isn't just a matter of you sending a couple of papers and they release the refund. No, they are going to check up on it. So if you know that you don't have this, I mean, you could try fabricating it. I don't know how far you're going to get with that because they're going to check on it. They are going to. What you got to understand, especially my 1099 people, when it comes to withholdings on line 806 of your account transcript, those are payments. That's not a credit. Child tax credit is a credit. Additional child tax credit is a credit. Anything that says credit is a credit, okay? But withholdings are literal payments. Like with W-2 employees, when y'all look at y'all check stub and you see federal taxes were taken out, that you grossed 1,500, but they took 100 out, so your net was 1,400. They gave that $100 to the IRS. They didn't just take it out and it just disappeared in the cloud or they kept it in their pocket. They literally prepaid that to the IRS on your behalf. The same way that they do with your Social Security and Medicare taxes. Those are prepayments. They literally send those to those departments on your behalf. So when they're double checking this information, if they don't have or haven't received your $60,000 806 federal withholdings, then they're not going to give that to you. Is what this is what this is basically going to come to. So at this point, it's time to start possibly being okay with it. If you let somebody do some sauce on your tax return, or if you let somebody boost your tax return or max out your credits, all of those terms mean we about to do fraud on your tax return. Now, if you go with that, then I mean, it's your tax return. That's between you, the IRS, and the God you serve. But please understand that's what took place. We're not going to act like that ain't what happened. Because there is no such thing. Before we go into this next filing season, I want y'all to understand there is no such thing as maxing out your credits. Before they start sticking that on every damn flyer and posting it all over Facebook and in all the groups for you to see, I need you to understand there is no such thing as maxing out your credit. That is a red flag for I'm about to do fraud on your tax return. I'm about to do things on your tax return that you are not eligible for, to try to get you a bigger refund that you're not eligible for. Because 2 plus 2 is 4. If you give 2 people your same W-2s, your same 2 kids, and yourself, and sit them at a table, they should come to the same answer. It is what it is. Which means if you only worked and earned $5,000 and you're not entitled to a refund, and you find somebody to say, oh, I can max out your credit, she's about to put fraudulent things on your tax return for the purpose of you claiming a refund. You got to know the difference. Now, whether or not you get on board with it, that's not what I'm judging. I just need you to know what you're about to walk into so we can stop the people hollering, she just did. You know you walked in there with $5,000. You knew the legit person told you you wasn't eligible for nothing. And you already knew that. So it ain't no she. It's a we. French. Okay? It's French. I want y'all to know that going into 2026, because it's important. If you're paying attention to what's going on with the government shutdown and all these things here, the way he's talking about just eliminating jobs altogether, if you think you waiting now, you'll be right back here in October again waiting if you get a 570. So if it's important for you to get what you're entitled to, you may want to approach this situation a little differently come January. You can do what you want, but that's my professional advice. They are cracking down on things that they know are scams. All my good friends who did the 1099 thing, y'all late to this party. Y'all late to that scam part, because that's what it is. I call it a trend, but if you go on the IRS website, that's a part of their dirty dozen. Scams and schemes that they know about. They know that y'all doing that. The only difference this year is somebody got fancy enough to start sending in fraudulent 1099Bs so it can actually show up on the wage and income transcript, because they think that means agreement, and it doesn't. Just because I mail something to your house and you open and you acknowledge that you received it doesn't mean I put $30,000 in your bank account. When I ask for it back, you're gonna go look and say, you never sent me $30,000, good friend. It's the same. And they putting a lot of them systems in place to be able to catch it ahead of time. And to be honest, as much as people did this year, all y'all did was train their system. That's all you did was train their system. I don't know if you know what I mean by that, but y'all teach it trends. When it starts seeing the same things coming over a whole bunch of times, all they do is use the same way you use that AI to generate them photos. They use AI in their systems to be able to catch and identify certain trends. Just the same way they did with that sick and family leave credit on the Schedule H, the same way they did with their fuel tax credit. All y'all did was teach them the new trend. And eventually they're probably gonna be putting pins on people to make to be able to send in them documents. I appreciate everybody who was sending gifts while I was going over that letter with y'all. ICS, basically, at this point, I would say take it off, because when they start doing deficiency letters and things of that nature, the penalties get to coming. They get to talk about fining folks. So I've been told you, you can thug it on out, and you done thugged up to prove it. Is what you done thugged up to. When you start talking about banks, they ain't finna take your look. You could try, but they're gonna call. So, I mean, that's up to you. I ain't trying to deter you from doing anything that you want to do. Do I think you nuts? Hell yeah, y'all bold as shit. Y'all bold be playing with the feds. I'm just gonna, while y'all high speeding them, I'm just gonna pull over to the side so y'all don't turn my car up. That's it. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do. Cause you better believe that you put for the you create you a letterhead for Fidelity. You better believe they calling them. You better believe it. You trying to create you a statement for Weebull. You better believe they calling them. So y'all make sure y'all get y'all stuff together. You said dad's the only thing you're approaching is learning to do your own shit. All right, yeah, that's good too. I always encourage people to learn how to do their own tax return. Even if you don't know how to do it, you need to understand it. A lot of people can't even. They don't. I say 1040, and they say, "What is that?" I need y'all to actually get a copy of your tax returns. That'll be a great place to start. Cause a lot of y'all not even getting copies of your tax return. It's like you don't think that's important. You just want that refund number. Hell, they could text that to you. You don't even want to talk and try to figure out how you came to that. You just want to hear a good number, and that's good enough to you until that refund don't come out. Then all of a sudden it's on fire. And that is not how we handle business, because this is business. Ain't your social security number and your kids' social security number all over this? Business. Yeah, I was more serious about them Chris Brown tickets than you is about that tax return paperwork. You said you got your 846 today? That's what's up. 846, you say you amended in 910. That's some nice turnaround. You got 1020. Yep, that's a refund date I've been seeing. It said, check who do my taxes ain't. Check ever reach out or nothing to see if I'm depressed or nothing. That's you funny. That's interesting, because a lot of y'all had y'all fees withheld from y'all refunds. So when y'all tell me that y'all tax preparers ain't trying to advocate for you, I get confused, because ain't her money hung up too? I'll be trying to figure out, why y'all holding her money, because holding her money holds my money, and I got things to do. What do we need to do? So I don't know. You got to be careful. It's a lot of tax preparers out in the industry. You gotta interview them. You do. You gotta look at their reviews. Well, you know what I don't like about reviews is that a lot of times for tax preparers, people don't leave no reviews nowhere. And some of these platforms they use, they can manipulate the reviews. You know what I mean? But yeah, don't go with popularity. Still go 570. Now it's a 424. Dun dun dun. They about to audit you, boo. 424, boo. They about to audit you. That's exactly what's about to go down. I hate to be the one to tell you. I hate to be the one to break the news to you, good friend. Whatever is on that tax return, they about to make you prove that. Yeah, they requesting an audit on you, friend. What's on that tax return? Now, in her defense, there is no way for her to know that you had a 570 unless she's able to pull your transcripts. Now, indicated for me during filing season is after the PATH Act lifts. If you file before the PATH Act, then you should have your refund no later than that. That first week of March, like the website says. And if you ain't got it, and I ain't got my money, when I look on my reports, you still sitting there, then we need to do some. And see, I do a power of attorney services on majority of my clients if they elect that service. Um, and I'm not gonna call you. I'm gonna pull your transcript and I'm gonna get on the phone with the Internal Revenue Service. We're gonna double check that tax return. I only have one client to have a 570 this year. Out of over 100 tax returns filed, I only had one client that had a 570 and it resolved in 3 weeks. So when I'm on here with y'all, it's because I understand the resolution process from being an ex-IRS employee. I understand the procedures, the time frames, and that's why I tell y'all to let the time frames pass. I didn't call when she had that 570 because we gotta let the first at least the first 60 days pass before I even pick the phone up. And if you got a CPO 5 letter, it tells you that. There's no way in the world, me personally, I'm gonna read them say don't call because we have nothing to tell you, and then pick up the phone and call and then get mad because they have nothing to tell me. Shit, the paper said that. Not to be funny, but that was real straightforward. Did I like it? No, but it was straightforward as hell. So ain't no point in me calling them because they didn't put it in the letter. Don't call her till 60 days pass. And because I work there, I know for a fact that when you call, they all the first thing with anything, tax returns, amended returns, reviews, audits, they check the time frame. Because if there is something that can be done or a referral or anything, it cannot happen until the time frame passes. Flat out. There is no if and buts. My mama is such, or I call the congressperson. You can forget about it. At the beginning of the filing season, you really can forget about all of that mess right there. Allow the time frame to at least pass before you start trying to do stuff. Yep. No, she didn't. I don't know. A lot of them been trying to do that little back end thing. I'm doing tax classes in for taxpayers in November. October, I'm going to be training my team. I got a team this year of P10 holders who I'm going to be mentoring through this next filing season. So I'm going to be training them. We're doing October the 7th, we're starting a class. We'll teach them the fundamentals of tax, how to file a tax return. So all of them are going to learn how to do a return from hand. And that's going to be very intensive. It's 8 sessions. So I'm about to take them down through there. I am thinking of opening it up to other tax preparers. There's probably going to be just a little bit of stuff that you don't have access to because you're not in my portal, but the full class and the course book you'll have access to. And then after that, in October, I'm gonna do a little mini session, 4 days, back to back. A little workshop for taxpayers. So if you're wanting to learn how to file your tax return, now's the time. Don't come in January asking me, do I teach a class? I'm not trying to be funny, but that's not when I teach. If you try to learn how to do taxes as a tax preparer, or if you try to learn how to do your own taxes, this is the best time for you to learn to do it. January is too damn late. We trying to get clients, we processing tax returns, we talking to clients. That's what we doing in January. We ain't teaching no damn classes. So if you want to learn and you see these opportunities, just like you put them ugly shoes on, Clone, you better put that class on there too and learn what you're trying to learn. Absolutely. So take advantage of those opportunities. I only do small workshops during the filing season, like transcript workshops, things like that, how to review your tax return. But we talk about that in the live. I hold hands during my training classes. They're not like the live sessions. It's a whole lot different. I do handouts, things of that nature. It's like a class. So if y'all want to learn, when you see that stuff go out, then get on up in there. But don't be asking me in no January, do I teach classes? Yup. In October. I don't teach them in January, boo. I got tax returns to file, honey. I got clients to attend to. Yep. You say you got 110 days. You called after 120. They said they reprocessed and wait another 120 to June 18th. All right, you said yes, they did say 60 days, 130 days for you. I knew I seen somebody else put their days up there. Yup. You got a CP22. Is that's the they made a change thing, I think. Hold on. Yeah. That's what the CP22. You should see them changes on your account transcript. That's why we do account classes in January. We do where I teach y'all how to understand your tax returns, and we do those in the live sessions as well. We do those in the live sessions. So that's why you want to make sure that you follow me. You want to make sure you get down with me over here on YouTube, because that may or may not be where I am. I don't know if I don't know what TikTok gonna look like for us, y'all. So you know what I'm saying. I'm putting down roots other places. You see what I'm saying? In the link in my bio, there are some social media icons. Make sure y'all following me on all my socials, so that y'all don't miss out coming during the filing season. Ha! You late, Slime Life. We just talked about that. I had to let up her and everything. Hey, you got your letter yet? So why did I have to go through another 120 days? I can't answer that without looking at your information. The review probably just extended. They will extend your review. Some people got that letter 2 and 3 times, saying that their review is being extended. Do you think you get more views when tax season is in and out? Oh, absolutely. Well, lately, I really haven't, like if you talk about like on my videos, I've never really had an issue with views with being a certain time of the year. Like last year, my first video went viral in August. You know what I mean? So I just think lately, I think a lot of people have been experiencing low views, period. I normally have pretty good views on everything. Live wise, oh yeah. Yeah, during the filing season, we had like 2,500 people in here on a daily. Especially when we get toward that path. Oh yeah, cause this is the place to be. This is the place to be. Your favorite tax preparer is probably lurking in here on her lurking account. Because the difference between me and a tax preparer is that I am trained at the Internal Revenue Service. A lot of them say they're tax law trained, and you know what I'm saying, there's no stab to them or anything. When I say I'm tax law trained, I am literally tax law trained by the Internal Revenue Service. And when you call the IRS, all the agents you speak to aren't even tax law trained. Do they know tax law? Yes, but like actually was trained specifically to be able to take tax law calls. That's why I say that I am tax law trained. I say I'm a resolution specialist because that was my job at the Internal Revenue Service. These aren't titles that I just made up. I'm just using the skills that they gave me. Ain't that what we supposed to do? Let them teach us and then run with it for ourselves. That's what I'm doing. I'm running with the skills that they gave me. When I'm all of my classes, I don't buy white label classes and put my logos on them and then teach them to people. I make all of my own training material from skills that I learned working with the Internal Revenue Service and participating in their training program. I just use what I was taught to do what I'm doing. So that's why I call myself a personal tax professional and not a tax preparer, because what they are and the way they train is something totally different than what I am. 95% of the tax preparers y'all encounter are out for y'all money. Yeah, that's why you paying $1,500-$1,200 for a tax return, because all it is that because they know you're gonna pay it. Y'all don't ask no questions. A lot of you all don't even ask what the fees are up front, and don't negotiate the fees nor say I'm not comfortable with paying $1,500 for a basic tax return. This is not a business return, and even if you do got a little Schedule C on there, are you serious? Like, that is unreasonable. So that's what kind of makes me a little bit different than some other tax preparers. Is my training is totally different. Like when we talk about codes, that's not stuff that I Google. When you see me over here searching, I'm using tools that I got from the Internal Revenue Service to search. I just don't show y'all all my tools. Why? Not to be funny, but y'all want me to get y'all everything free? Y'all want any type of screen? Come on, I'm just as colored as y'all. It's not a fair exchange, good friend. I gotta keep something for my P10 holders, my EROs, my mentees. You know what I'm saying? I gotta keep my little toolbox. You know what I'm saying? I can't give it all the way free. How I'm gonna have a business doing that? But do I respect you enough to not overprice things and try to price gouge and charge you ridiculous prices when it don't have to be that way? Hell no. I'm gonna make it reasonable. I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna advocate for you if that's necessary. That normally only applies to my resolution clients. And I'm gonna answer my phone when you call, unless I'm out, and I'm gonna get back with you. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna provide you. I'm gonna act like I work for you, and not like you just somebody who finna give me some money, and that's all this about. So I can go do a money spread and pose in front of a car. I'm not finna do any of those things. So y'all be mindful this filing season. Like I said, I'm always taking new clients, but I'm never gonna tell anybody who to file with. You know, some people are married to their tax preparer or whatever, but make sure you're getting value for your money. Just like when you go to that car lot, you don't let them just stick any tires on your car and tell you the price afterwards. You don't do that. You ask up front. You need to do that. Understand shopping around tax preparers. All you doing really, because math is math. They should be giving you the same answers. If they're not giving you different answers, the question needs to be why. Where are you getting these numbers from? Why was my refund 6,000 over here and you telling me 12? What did you do to my tax return? Show me. Those are the type of things that you need to show me. Because at the end of the day, when they go show it, then what is it gonna be? Oh, that's not gonna work. You don't have a clue what's going on your tax return. So, I ain't even know she put no business on there. How come you didn't? How come you didn't? And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make you responsible. Because it is, the IRS doesn't give a shit. When they hit you with that bill, you gonna pay it. Even the part you pay her, so what? You gonna pay it all back. So you need to be asking these questions and need to be more proactive about your tax return. Is that French fries I smell? Oh, they send me a letter telling me what's going on. Didn't you say you got your refund, Des? Oh, okay. No, you just said learn how to do your own things. Next time you call, you may want to make sure that your address is correct in their system. A lot of people be having incorrect addresses. You want to make sure your address is correct, and you want to make sure that tax return. I know y'all don't like it when I keep saying that, because when I do reviews, if I review somebody's tax return right now, I promise you I'm gonna find an error. I'm good at what I do. I am good. And it ain't just me being rude, nothing. I'm gonna find the problem. I've been telling you how to look at it, and then I'm gonna say that. How many times did I tell you to go over your tax return? Why didn't you do it? And if you didn't know how to do it, at some point, even if you were DIY, at some point, if you don't know what you're doing, you underneath your car, ain't you gonna get a mechanic? You gonna have to pay him. You gonna have to bite the bullet. You didn't take no class. You didn't think you needed to do that. At some point, you may need to reach out to a professional, especially if you don't know nothing about your tax return for real. And that's not being. Hey, I don't know nothing about cars, so I might be able to get it off. But after I drop that wrench down in the car, I'm gonna be looking for the mechanic. Cause yeah, I done did too much. So yeah, if y'all still waiting, that's where I'm gonna start. If you one of them people that got a big number next to your 806, I don't know how many times I got to tell y'all. They trying to figure out if that's the truth or not. I don't know what part of that y'all not getting. Not to be funny, I'm just trying to understand the disconnect y'all having. Because I can't be outraged with some of y'all. I done seen somebody have, like, sir, you thought they finna give you that. What do you be smoking at night? Stop. Do you still have a 570, Maria? That's what I asked you last time you said that. Do you still have a 570? Because I keep telling y'all. See, that's y'all finna go to chokey. YouTube, I put people in the chokey. Yeah, you from the 90s, you know what I'm talking about. People going to choke because I don't think y'all listening. I don't think y'all listening. And when you ain't listening, you got to go into choking. Let me look at what you got here. Yeah, I synced all of that, and I told you that's why I've been saying people names because I maybe I need to say your name so you know I'm talking to you. Maria, filing amended return does not get rid of your 570, sweetheart. So if you still got a 570, that review, that hold is still in place. Those things are handled by two different departments. Submission process is gonna process that amended return, but the RIVO department, they still holding it until they questions is answered. Once they finish, they gonna give it to them, and then they gonna look over it. So you gonna need to allow some additional time. I know y'all file those amended returns, see it's completed, and think refund. If you got a 570, no, it's not gonna be that fast. It's not. It's not. I need y'all to stop ignoring that you have a hold. You have a hold. As long as you see that 570 there, you have a hold on your account. And your amended return ain't gonna make it match. Cause and to be honest with y'all, cause I've seen some amended returns and some reviews. Some of y'all amended returns don't address the issue in your tax return either. Like I seen somebody who had some questionable things on their tax return that would definitely generate a red flag, and they was like, "I filed amended return, it was completed. I don't understand." And we did a review, which all they did was add like a little interest thing for like $42 or something to their tax return. They added that, but they did not address all that questionable withholdings. So although they completed that amended return, the problem's still there, baby. I don't know why you think you finna that the issue is still present. So that's a thing too. 290 is a closing code. Yep, that's an issue too. Some of y'all amended returns are incomplete for processing. That means they're not correct. That means you got that whole first column on your amended return is empty. That form is not complete. And they will close that and put a 290 on it because 290 is a closing code. I never called it an agreement code, did I? I called it a closing code. When they open up a case to input adjustments, they have to close it. Be that with agreement, entering adjustments or not, they still gonna put a 290 on it and close it. And I've seen several of you all's amended returns that are incomplete for processing. I've seen it where you literally got the same thing in column A and the same thing in column C. What was the purpose of that? Because you did nothing. You changed nothing. The purpose of an amended return is to make a change to the return. This is not a change. So yeah, you got a 971, 977, 290. Wasn't nothing to do for this. Close. I've done it before. I've literally been processed amended returns, especially after COVID. Yeah, that's when I learned. When they had all those amended returns backed up, yep, I was like, I'll take the training. Close that right out. There's nothing to do here. So yeah, having a debit with them don't mean nothing, good friend. And today, even after they issue out the 846, that does not mean they won't come back and question you about it. You can be audited after you get the refund. And if you can't provide the proof they're asking for, then you're going to owe it back. Yeah. Not to be funny with y'all, love y'all death, but you got to take the entitlement out of it a little bit, especially when we talking about credits, because that's not money you worked for. Only the withholdings. Only the 806, because like I explained to y'all earlier, that money literally came out your W-2, where it say federal withholdings, and they took $100 out of the $1,500 you earned. That money you worked for, you're only eligible for earned income credit because your income low enough, and you possibly got dependents. That's how it's like how some people with kids is eligible for food stamps and some ain't. Like that. Yep. Oh yeah, I'm always doing my return review service. I'm just not doing none for free. Yeah, I'm not doing no return reviews for free at this time, but I'm always reviewing returns. Yeah. they sending out CPO 5A letters, so if they need you to prove it, they will. But what you want to make sure with, not to be funny, I just like I said, I want to make sure y'all understand what's going on with all the proof that we be having. Know that they gonna call them people. They gonna reach out to them. They're gonna validate, especially if your refund is coming from withholdings. Because I keep saying this: withholdings are pre-payments. They're pre-payments. That means someone literally paid that. When you get a distribution from your 401k, and when you do the paperwork, it tell you that they got to withhold 10-12%. That 10-12% they give it to the IRS, so it's sitting there. So if they took $1,500, they sent it to the IRS, and that $1,500 is sitting there. So when they sending out those CPO 5As telling you to sit it, they're going to check that. They're not just going to look at it and say, yeah, this paper look good. No, they're going to check it, because now you're asking them to up some money that supposedly had been paid to them. And if that money ain't paid to them and them places don't vouch for it, they not giving you that at this point. All the people who slipped through the slipped. I'll be trying to put y'all on game. I think he be doing this, or maybe it's just the level of, it's my money. So I be trying to tell you. Get a tax attorney to represent you before you pay all your money for a tax attorney. Not telling you not to do it, but they not cheap. Before you pay all your money, did you review your tax return to make sure it wasn't no error? Did you review a wage and income transcript and match it up to make sure all those entries are accurate? Did you take a look at your wage and income transcript to see if all of your income has been reported by your employers? Because you may be able to resolve this with an advocate before you go pay thousands of dollars for a tax attorney. Not to be funny, not saying don't do it, but they're gonna go through the same process. And if you have errors, you're gonna have to fix them. That's what I'm saying. Before we do that, let's make sure we yelling and we correct. We not loud and wrong. I don't like to be loud and wrong, personally. I like to know when I go up and hear all my ducks in order, and you about to apologize to me because mine is right. I don't want to go up in there and be talking to the top of my lungs, and then you whip that paper out and say, well, right here, and right here, and right here, and right here, and you don't got it, and you don't got it, and then I'm going to feel stupid. Because I came in here real loud. So that's why I be telling you to make sure you cross all that out. Then you can be as loud as you want to be. You can scream it off the building. Scream it off the building then. Absolutely. Yep. Baby, you been spent that refund on the tax attorney. Yeah, the error on my Desmond was moved, but they were amended and nothing. When did you amend it? Do you still have a 570? Yep. You might still just need to be patient. And that could be a thing too. I know when we talk about money, patience is hard. Just like when we talk about candy with a 5-year-old. You tell me you're going to give them the candy after their patience get weary. Trying to get that candy. So I know what it is like with money, but most of the time it do resolve, long as it's correct. Did your amended return address the issues on your tax return? Yeah, if you want to book my resolution services, you don't have to ask to inbox me. Absolutely inbox me if you would like to have me take a look at your tax return. Yeah, I'm not trying to be funny, you know what I'm saying? I have worked behind those doors, and I'm telling you, there you go. Like that's why I'm telling you this next year, make sure your return right. If you don't have patience and you don't want to wait, don't let nobody play no bullshit on your tax return. Make sure you get all of your documents. If you know you work 3 jobs, don't file with one and say, oh, I'll just amend it later. Because don't nobody want to hear you hollering when you know you're not following instructions. And we grown as hell. I know I'm grown as hell. And when I want something to be right, I follow it to the T. That way you can't say, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. I don't want to hear no excuses. I did exactly how I was supposed to go. So what the hell is up? That's what I mean by being loud and right. That's why I'm telling y'all, make sure that your stuff is together for next year. Because it probably is gonna be a fiasco. Don't let nobody soup y'all up on this overtime deductions and these taxes on tip. Because I done heard people talking about that, and I don't even understand how they it understanding what I understand about those changes to the law. I don't see why they think that's going to generate a refund. You gotta be careful with who you file with. You do, because a lot of these people do not understand tax law. There's a lot of scammers who are looking for a way to play you. If I could put bullshit on your tax return and make you think you're getting $20,000, $30,000 and charge you $500 up front, and then charge you $5,000 on a tax return and do that to 10 people, how much money y'all made up front? And then 2 of them people get it. Even if the rest of you don't, and y'all get audited and stuff, I'm not finna help y'all. And I already got paid. $500 was real nice for me to be putting some shit on your tax return. It didn't work. And then in the event it does, I get 5. I'm not finna be pressing you about it. That's the scam. The 500 was the scam. The 500 was the scam. Yep. Yep, Katie. And it's nothing wrong with letting somebody do your tax return, but if you're letting them do it because they're saying things like, I can get you more, maxing your refund and this and that, you signed up for fraud. You probably had already put your shit in TurboTax, and you looking at them signs on the road that say $10,000 for 2 kids. Those are marketing tactics. That is not how that works. There is nowhere where it's written that you guaranteed to get $10,000 for 2 kids. Your income make a difference. If you ain't worked a job nowhere, you ain't entitled to nothing. I don't care if you got 20 kids. You don't got no earned income, boo. So the moment you walk up in there and they do something for you, everything about that is fraud. You gotta know. You say you ain't paid them a single penny. Shit, you shouldn't have. But that's what's happening. So don't get distracted by that, and it be a lot of that going on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Especially during tax season, you in the groups, you asking questions, you looking at these flyers, $10,000 per kids, max out your credit. Those are red flags. 2 plus 2 is 4 everywhere. Your 2 W-2s, your 2 kids, and yourself. Everybody is using the same forms. This is the logic I need you to get in your head. There's only one Internal Revenue Service. There's only one federal tax code. All of the forms that all tax preparers use are all the same. Okay? They are all the same. You have some who know what they're doing and some you don't. That don't. So sometimes somebody may make an error, okay, that could be explained and corrected, but for you to put your information, you just got one little W-2 and your one little baby. You done made $15,000. You done put your baby information in there. What you see is correct. Now, if you see that 5 and you in the groups like they saying you supposed to get 8, 9, 10, and then you go, there you go. You finna go over here and cause why? You should be able to have yours printed out and have them. Where did I make a mistake at? Because we doing math. You know, with math is either right or wrong. So if you came up to 8 or 9 and I came up to 6, can you show me my mistake? Did I make a mistake somewhere? Is my earned income credit calculated correctly? Did I leave off my withholdings? How did you come up to the number that you came up to and I came up to this? Where is my error? What did you do to make that happen? That's what you're supposed to be asking, because otherwise it is math. That's why I don't do estimates. I don't do estimates because a lot of my good friends, y'all shop around. It is what it is. Either you're going to follow me or you're not. Do you want to know what my fees are? Because we could talk about my fees. But otherwise, you get those shoppers. They've already put their information in TurboTax. They already put their information in Free Tax USA. They already calculate their whole return. They're trying to see if it is correct. So you're going to use 30 minutes of my time for free to check your tax return and pretend that you're going to file with me. And when it's done, oh no, I that's what I came up to myself on. I'll just do it myself on Free Tax USA. Not on my calendar. Not to be funny, and I respect it, but not on my calendar. I'm a professional, and that's actually kind of rude. I ain't, we not gonna do that. Either you're gonna have confidence in your filing, or that's why some of these people be paying for. I never understood why they was paying for estimates, but now I see why those tax preparers are charging for estimates, because you got them folks out there that's hustling. No, we're not gonna do that. Matt, it is what it is. It is what it is. Do you want my services or not? If not, H&R Block, TurboTax, all of them have estimator tools, and you can estimate it on there. You know how to read, right? Follow directions, right? And these don't be complicated. We ain't talking about super complex type of stuff. You, your kids, they gonna ask their birthdays, put that shit in there, and it's gonna tell you. Just like that. Use that. I do it on my lives just so we can have activity to do. I'll do some estimates on my live, but like book my calendar? No. We not gonna book my calendar for that. Hey, what should I do if I refer to a tax repair now? Either IRS, what should I do? I don't understand your question, Whitney. You gonna have to message that one. Resend that one. Okay, I'll check the message. On my withholding. Yeah, Katie. That's why it's important to check them tax returns before you send it. I've been teaching my good friends how to weaponize an IP pen. Y'all got IP pens? Drop a purple heart in the chat if y'all got IP pens. Y'all stingy. Y'all ain't even tapping the screen. Shameful. That's shameful. All the jails, y'all shameful. 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 That's like not clapping along when the choir singing. Did you come here to praise or not? That's shameful, y'all. Y'all suck a little bit for that. Flat out. Y'all just sit here. They be saying, you said do what? All right. That's all right, because January, I'll be being stingy with y'all. I could be like, damn, she changed. Uh-huh. No, I ain't, because you know what? During filing season, I'm going to tell you, during refund season, attitudes, y'all be totally different. Refund season is my favorite. I'm not going to lie, because this resolution season is what I call this. Y'all frustrated. Y'all frustrated. Y'all act like y'all ain't got y'all money. Y'all grumpy. Y'all be demanding answers. Y'all be having the most work. And then y'all be like, tap screen, girl, 5 taps. There, girl. Girl, shut up and tell me what I want to know. Now answer my question. During refund season, everybody hopeful. They waiting on the path act to lift. They jolly. They ain't mad yet. So they be rapping and tapping up the screen. That's my favorite. Y'all up in here grumpy, man. So I ain't gonna lie, I came for some lessons, but I can do my boy. Yeah. Hey, tap the screen if you learn more here than you learn with your tax preparer. That's all I'm saying. You probably get more response out of me than you get out your tax preparer. Tap the screen. Flat out. So, drop a red heart if you want to learn how to weaponize your IP pen. And then I'm leaving y'all alone, because y'all ain't my friend. I wonder if I could clip these videos on YouTube. I know it posted my page, and we just gonna leave it up there. But that's what we finna do. What's going on, Donna? Yep, y'all don't want to learn how to whip it out. If I don't see no red hearts, I ain't gonna teach you. Flat out, no red hearts. I'm not gonna teach you. All right, guess y'all don't want to know. Yep. I guess y'all don't want to know. Stop loving you, girl. No matter how hard I try. Yeah. All right, then. What? I told them to put Chanel. I told them to put red hearts in the chat if they want to learn how to weaponize their IP pins. I don't think nobody, I ain't seen one red heart in the chat yet. Yep, I ain't seen no red heart in the chat yet. Cause y'all know how, I ain't finna explain how TikTok works to y'all. Y'all ain't trying to hear. I'm gonna let them suckers get y'all. It's 1 o'clock. I'm about to go see what my wife is cooking. We'll try again next time. Yeah, y'all down here asleep. If we ain't gonna play along, I'm finna start being mean to y'all. Y'all like that. Y'all like that netta behavior. Get in here and start acting like Peach. Baby, cause y'all turns her chat up. I'm finna get for real. Y'all like abuse. That's crazy. What's wrong with y'all? Y'all need therapy. Y'all, somebody gotta act erratic to get y'all attention. Like, what's up with that? Is that like a childhood trauma? y'all can't get involved unless it hurt or something. What's up with that? I'm gonna pray about that for y'all. What's going on, my 3 kids? Alright, so I'm gonna teach y'all how to weaponize y'all IP pins. Okay? If you don't have an IP pin, get you one. Easy to do for an adult. You log into the app on irs.gov, you click on your profile, and then you scroll down to the bottom. If you got an IP pin, it'll be there. If not, you can click the button and it'll give you an IP pin in seconds. Especially if you somebody who like to shop your... Is that my big bro? What's good with it, Chaotic? Uh, Especially if you somebody who like to shop around. Okay? Or if you file with somebody else, what's going on? I'm running deals on software. How much your back end fees? Mine under 100. Let's talk. I guarantee you gonna enjoy the conversation. I promise you will. All right. Back to weaponizing your IP pin. So get your IP pin. So if you shop around and are you worried about somebody, you've had somebody file your tax return without your permission, whatever the case may be, the IP pin can help you out. What you gonna do is, with your IP pin, we all know once you get one, a return cannot be submitted electronically without it. So if you're going to shop around, or if you're going to give, a tax preparer, a new tax preparer a chance, whatever the case may be, if they ask you got IP pin, tell them no. Yeah, tell them no. No, I got an IP pin. Let them do their thing. You know what I'm saying? This protects you because now your return cannot be submitted electronically without it. Okay? So if that person inboxes you or texts you, hey boo, hey love, I need your IP pin. What just happened was that individual tried to file your tax return without your permission. Because the only way they can find that out is by submitting it, and it gets rejected for the IP pin not being on there. So they just admitted to you that I tried to file your tax return without you looking over it, without you agreeing to it. And if y'all haven't talked about the fees, without talking about the fees, without you signing it, I tried to submit your tax return, they got bounced back. There is no other way. If they tell you they found out some other kind of way, they're lying. There is no other way to find that out. And that allows you to force them to review the tax, because you need to review the tax return. You don't just need to refund them out. Go over my tax return with me. Okay? Walk me through my tax return. All right? You need to sign your tax return. Okay? Even if that's an electronic signature, you need to be aware of that. All right? You need to cover your fees with me. I would say ask about the fees before you start even giving up any paperwork, other than letting them, because I do need to look and see what you got. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't going to tell you it's $5 and then you give me 7 scheduled C's. No, I need to see what we got, what we working with, so I can make sure I quote you the correct price. But before you get started, how much? Y'all you start asking it, how much? Because there's way too many of y'all who have no clue, or she ain't even show me. I need to see the bank. It's a I forget the name of the page, but I'm gonna find out for y'all. I need to see the screen that shows total fees, especially if you have your fees withheld from your refund. I want to see that. So you can't tell me you charge $225 and then $900 come out my tax return because you got all those damn back end fees that you didn't discuss with me. I don't let big companies do that to me, and I'm not gonna let you do that to me with hidden fees. I wanna know all that up front. And then once you agree with it, then give them your IP pen. Now you can submit my tax return. But if you giving it the W-2, the IP pen for you and all the kids and everything, ain't nothing stopping them, because once it's in, it's in. And to be honest, how many of us is going to be able to go through the whole getting a lawyer, going through the court process because you didn't file my tax return, correctly, or you charged me this or this and submitted it without my signature? How likely are you to be able to afford doing that proceeding when you can protect yourself up front with that IP pen? And make sure you agree with what's taking place before your return is submitted. Thank you for the daily heart me. So that's how you weaponize your IP pen. Get it? And they ask you, no, I ain't got it. Once you agree, you know what? I do have an IP pen. It's business. You get a new IP pen every year. So even if you go to the same person that you went to last year, thank you for the daily heart me. Even if you go to the same person you went to last year and it was like, you got an IP pen, I'll give it to you once we done. I'm grown. You can't be, if you mad and you don't want to give me service, thank you for showing me who you are. Because why are you so pressed about that? It shouldn't be no big deal. I don't care if my client don't give me the IP pen to the end. It's not that big a deal. We gonna do what we gonna do. So that's how y'all use those IP pens. Get you an IP pen. They're easy. Make sure you stay connected with your account. Now they have taken it to where I had mine linked into my Apple thing, but they made me go back and set another password. Keep up with that. That's business information. Y'all make me feel like y'all frivolous with y'all bank account stuff. Y'all just be forgetting y'all bank account login. I don't forget my bank account login. I be treating business like it's business. We gonna always be able to get into this. I got it somewhere in the locked place, secured. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I can get into the business. If you can't get into your account on irs.gov, then you need to go through the help desk for ID Me to get your account reset. That's what you need to do to get your account reset. Yep, my 3 kids. Yep. So now y'all to learn something. Y'all make sure y'all use that this coming year. Yep. Well, all right, I gotta get back to work, and I'm gonna find out what she cooked. If you inboxed me, I'm gonna respond to you in the order received. Unless you just trying to send me. If you just send me your transcript and I ain't asked for that, then I'll skip over those. Cause yeah. I'll skip right over that. Cause girl, what? What you doing? Yeah. But yeah, still running plays on the software. Like I said, back end fees under $100. It comes with the software, marketing training, and tax prep training, as well as you get access to my exclusive support community. My EROs also get access to a lot of my other trainings that I have as well outside of tax prep training. A lot of the things that I teach on the back end, I only teach that to people who are within my service bureau or P10s that are up under me. That basic tax prep class, if you are a tax preparer and you want to learn how to file a tax return, I got a class starting on the 7th. You can inbox me and I can get you in that class. It'll be in the link in my bio as soon as I get off of here as well. And I'll be posting about it this weekend. But it starts next Tuesday, and there'll be replays on Friday that I'll post on Friday. I think you will like the platform. It is intensive. I don't play games. This ain't no 30-minute Zoom. I'm going to take you down through there. I've been joking saying that I'm about to pledge my P10s. And if you know anything about sororities and fraternities, you know what I mean. Oh, they about to pledge. When they come up out of there, they're going to know how to do it by hand. Because if you don't know how to do it by hand, in my opinion, you don't know what you're doing. If I take your computer and put you out of work, are you a professional for real? I'm just saying, you got to know how to do your craft. You see what I'm saying? So I teach them the fundamentals that way. So once we get into the system, it's a breeze because they already know how to do a tax return. I don't teach data entry. So if you're trying to learn data entry, there's a lot of other places you can go for that. I'm about to teach you how to do that thing for real. And then we're going to build on that. So if you're interested, I'm no longer accepting any P10s. The door is closed. I don't just be collecting people because I like to dedicate myself to my team, and I can't dedicate myself to 20, 30, 40 people. I can't. That's just a lot of people, and I still got a family, and I still like to eat, drink, and be merry. So that's a lot of people. So at this season, I'm no longer accepting any more P10s, but EROs, EFIN holders, absolutely. I would love the opportunity to speak with you. Y'all have a good one. I'm about to go find out what's sizzling in the air because it smells amazing. Y'all have a good one. See you, YouTube. Thanks for hanging out.